All right, all right, all right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Talking That Talk Official Podcast, where uncomfortable and uncomfortable conversations. I'm your host, Juice, aka No Edit Brother.
What's good, world? I go by the name of King Exodus. Thank you for tapping in. Make sure you engage into the conversation. So, introducing the Lil Boosie of Talking That Talk official podcast, the father, the
Baddies!
entrepreneur, rap artist,
All
upcoming
right.
author, Goodfella.
Hey, man, what's good? Hey, first and foremost, man, I want to say thank you to you, brothers, for for having me. It's your number one good fella, QP. It's always a pleasure to be back amongst men, you know.
All right, all
Yes.
right. I want y'all to understand he said number one, good fella. I know there's
Yeah,
some
you
good
number
fellas
one
out there,
good
but he the number
Yeah,
one. I
yeah,
need y'all to
yeah,
understand that right
yeah, for sure.
there,
You
man.
got to separate yourself, because if you don't, nobody else will, you know.
Ooh.
Correct. Correct.
They say results
All right.
eventually separate everybody, man. So you're an upcoming author, man. What you working on, man?
Yeah, so I'm actually in the process of writing a book. It's more not a book, more so a guide, and it's titled from YN to Gentleman. So I see it's a lot of guys, a lot of young men don't necessarily have what they say is father figures or role models. You know what I'm saying, to navigate them through life. So I'm
Mm,
gonna
Mm,
put something together to like, look, this is why, this is how, this is how you navigate those rough years to become,
mm,
because you can't be a YN forever. I mean, if that's what you want to
mm,
do, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like the old folk told me, it's only gonna lead you to two places: dead or in jail. You understand what I'm saying?
mm.
So, you know, but yeah, from YN to gentleman, that'll be
Mm.
coming soon. But yeah, that's what that's about.
mm.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're gonna go. May actually go question for question for the book. I asked about the book, so I'm gonna let X go ahead and take the first one.
For sure.
Man, look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have no questions about the book because I know how it is when you're getting ready to, you don't want to
No,
say
no,
too
no.
much,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
But
writing the
but
book is
I
a,
just say,
it's a process.
mm,
So, it ain't. I say maybe a year from now, it'll be uh
mm.
ready to be published and what I'm saying, put out. But
Confidence wise though, where do you find the confidence? Because for a black male, young black male, um, it's like you can do anything else. You know what I'm saying? What
yeah,
gives you the confidence to say I'm gonna step into that space?
man, my dad, like
Mm,
he is still confidence in me to, what I'm saying, just to believe in myself that I could do anything that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But at first, he always told me, if it's something that you want to do, you have to believe in yourself. It's not up to me. I'm gonna believe in you because I'm your dad. You know what I'm saying? Your mama gonna believe in you, but if you want to make this work, you have to believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? That you could
mm,
bring this too. You know what I'm saying? And that
mm,
was from football to even graduating. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, what I'm saying, just that basic foundation, man. Look, believe in yourself before you allow anybody else to, and what I'm
mm.
saying, see where it gets you. See, that's
Okay.
where it all came from.
All right, all right. Oh man, I said it before. Like one of my life purposes I started finding out real quick was I believe I'm put on earth to also help guide the youth. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you just said yourself. I always said, listen, if a young person is ready to talk or ask questions, hey, listen, I'll talk to you. You know, I had
Mhm.
talked about X a long time ago. I was Ubering at the time, bro. I'll never forget this. I was Ubering at the time, and young man came in the car. He was hot. He was hot headed. He was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna beat you up when I see you, this and that. I was like, yo, what the, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you Uber, bro, you don't really, you trying
Yeah,
to
yeah,
stay focused on, you trying to stay focused on what's going on, bro. Like
yeah.
you're not trying to jump in nobody else's business. So the
Right.
whole time he talking, and then all of a sudden he was like, I hear a girl voice. I said, wait, what? I was like, he's like, yeah, man. I said, yeah. Put mama on the phone. I said, what? I was like, hold on, what's going on? So then it was some family, it's family things. So what ended up happening was his sister had broke his game console out of whatever situation it was in. And he was talking to his mom. I remember the way he was talking to his sister was completely. As soon as his mama got on the phone, he's like, yeah, mom, I'm sorry. I'm on the way over there right now. I got to go handle business. He's like, what you mean handle business, boy? What's going on? He's like, your daughter over there broke my game consoles. He's like, no, you don't need to come over. He's like, I'm sorry, mama. I'm in the Uber right
Yeah.
now. Like I said, I'm just quiet. I'm just driving. This is about a good 25-minute drive. I want y'all to understand that. It's about a 25-minute drive. So I got like some little music playing in the background, just listening to him. He's like, yeah, you know, he said, I'm sorry, I got to do this because, you know what I'm saying, if I do it, I don't think she's going to learn. You know what I'm saying? She already got a kid right now. She's 16, but she thinks she's going to play with me. Nah, we ain't going to let that happen. You know what I'm saying? We should already put, like I said, I'm just listening, but I'm trying not to
Right.
listen. So it was funny, like, as soon as we got to the spot, bro, like, it was like, no, it's like 2 minutes before we was destination on the Uber. And I just finally said, man, what kind of game console was it, bro? He said, man, it was a PS4. I said, a PS4, man? I thought it would be a PS5. It's like, he said, nah, fam, I got a PS5, but it's the principles, bro. I said, the principles. So as we pull in and I'm at the destination, I decided to just talk to him. All of a sudden, I hear this song playing in the background. I said, X, you won't believe what song is playing in the background while I'm talking to the young man. It was Tupac. So I didn't want to be a thug. I was like, how coincidental is that to happen during this
Yeah,
conversation?
during this time.
So
Yeah.
I'm talking with him. I'm like, young man, listen, I ain't mad at you standing on principles and boundaries and doing certain things in your standards. I said, how this come about for you? He's like, you know, really me. I said, fam, we pick up habits from other people or certain things. He said, well, look, you know, now that I realize, he said, it was things I was letting slide so much that, you know, I had to become this person and make sure any type of actions done on me that's negative that I be able to stand on. I said, come on, fam. I was like, that's your whole sister, bro. Like,
Right.
the song playing the whole time while I'm talking, but it never
Yeah.
hit me. So as I'm talking, I said, look, man, take about 5 minutes, bro, before you even go in there. I said, listen, I got people I stand on principles with, and it was times I had to learn to let shit roll off my shoulders. And
Yeah.
if I never let it roll off my shoulders, ain't no telling what I would have become. I says access to the environment is the reason why you get fueled by certain behaviors. This is why some men separate themselves to go into another side of town, start being
Mm-hmm.
around different individuals and different that. So he was just like, I could see it. I could see it in that conversation, like the stress, the tension he had just lifted off him.
Mm-hmm.
It just
Yeah.
lifted off him, bro. And I was like, look, man, take that. He said, bro, I really needed that, man. He said, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He said, it's certain times where you act as a man, you want to retreat back, but if you don't, then it makes you look weak. So people don't realize that, like, sometimes people already got their mind, they don't want to do it no more. But since they already said they got to carry out, so I want to say, bro, I understand everything you're doing, bro. Because like I
Yeah.
said, that was a moment for me.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's crazy. Just to chime in on that, it's crazy because my oldest son, I tell him the same thing. Cause I see a lot of my attitude and my anger in him, and when I talk to him, I tell him, I'm like, look, I know why you're frustrated. I know why you're angry. You don't know, you may not understand it yet, or you may not understand how to express it. But I'm gonna tell you this: when I was your age, I wanted to see my daddy every day too. But there was certain things that wasn't, you know what I'm saying, didn't allow for that to happen, or whatever the case may be. But I'm telling you now, the best thing that you could do is talk to me. Talk to
Mm,
me. Even if you don't want to talk to me, just listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, dad, man, I don't know what's going on right now, but I need you to talk to me, or I need you to listen to me, or, you know what I'm saying? Or something. You know what I mean? But I just had to get that out. You know what I mean? But yeah, and it's a lot of that going on, right? It's a lot of that going on just in the world, especially with us, you know? Because anger is one of those emotions that we just display for, like you say, we learn it. And it's like, okay, well, whatever situation, this, you know what I'm saying, this is my go-to. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't always the best it ain't always the best way to display or communicate. But shit, we
mm,
don't know that because ain't nobody telling us that. You understand?
Correct.
okay.
Correct. Okay. Okay.
All right, man. I think one of the greatest movies ever created right now. Uh, it's the difference between getting trained with your emotions younger age versus the older age. But that
Yeah.
movie Inside Out, I be telling people, hey, I need y'all to watch that movie Inside Out for the youth. Like, it really explains
Okay.
the emotions and how they feel, how they look, because they act naturally within what they are. So
Yeah.
when you can identify your emotions, you can start learning how
All right.
to uh, counteract it. you understand what feeds it and different things like that. The only question I have for your book, and then we can move on to the
Okay,
next one, was man, if you don't mind, man, like I'm kind of curious, man. Do you have at least one or two chapters you can announce? I'm curious of like if you broke down the chapters yet or got the format
Oh
down.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Just one or two. You
Yeah,
ain't got to tell us the details. I just want to know
okay,
like what was that?
for sure, for sure. The first chapter one is foundation. I give you that. Chapter one, foundation. Out the gate.
Mm,
Is
Heavy,
I
okay.
got. I ain't gonna tell you how many pages, but
heavy,
that's where I started. Foundation.
I
heavy,
we just like I said, one or two chapters. That's all we want,
Yeah,
bro.
for sure,
heavy. Okay.
for
Okay,
sure.
we got all right. That's it for
All
me
right.
on the book right there, bro.
All right. Moving along. Next topic, live at 5. We got the city of Houston. You know, we all from Houston, so
Mm,
Houston's
Yeah,
coming up in the news a little bit lately. We have Houston being ranked the largest, poorest city in America. We'll tap into that, and then we have things tapping into like the bodies being found in the Bayou situation, maybe a serial killer on the loose, and then we can also share like changes that we've seen within the landscape of the city throughout our time. You know what I'm saying? Growing up to modern. A
for
lot
sure.
of that would be like gentrification. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. The job market.
kicking off with the statistical point of Houston being large and poor, I think it was announced by um, Hidalgo, the judge, and the mayor, I believe, so that Houston was facing like bankruptcy. Um, which not to go too hard on that part because we're gonna talk about this with Chicago similarities. But some type of way, mysteriously, a lot of the largely populated Democratic cities have these
Yeah.
same patterns. And when we talk about where's the money going, we also see the same patterns where nobody knows where the money's
Mhm.
going. So
Right.
when we talk about something simple as road construction, you know, the entire like infrastructure of the city, um, what funding is going towards small businesses, who's getting the access to capital to create new business opportunities and whatnot. People have these type of conversations all day long. So
Hmm.
um, most of that information came from people saying that there are a lot of jobs in Houston, but a lot of the jobs don't pay uh, like 150,000 a year and upward. That's a lot of the complaints. You know, Houston is a city to where you do have to make, you know, a pretty substantial amount of money to be comfortable in
Right.
Houston. Or like you can kind of poverty in Houston can be bad, but not that bad. You know what I'm saying? So they said 1 out of 5 people in Houston live below the poverty line within Houston. So
Yeah.
I would simply say, like, you know, I like talking about money. For those who watch the podcast, I do that shit all day long.
Yeah.
Uh, make sure you know you work on your income. Make sure you train your body as well because that can make your living experience more expensive than need be.
Affordable.
You know, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you just want to take care of yourself, especially in Houston. Even something simple as food, not for everything to be so serious. I feel like if you're in shape or semi shape, and anywhere like in Texas and Louisiana, you're doing a great job
You're
because
doing
it's
good.
food
Right.
chains and access to food that we have in
More
Texas that
food.
nobody else has.
More food.
Unlimited restaurants, unlimited food chains, fast food places, et cetera, et cetera. So I would just simply say, you know, make sure you keep your income intact, and make sure you invest. That'll be my caveat to that, and I'll let y'all do you know.
All right, QP, you got the floor.
Oh, hey, look. At some point, we got to be honest. We know where the money going. I ain't none of the politicians poor. I ain't never seen a poor politician. I'm just saying. At some point, we got to be honest. We keep every 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 time we line in their pockets. Taxes getting raised every year. The roads still screwed up. School shutting down. Businesses shutting down. We can't say we don't know where the money going. We know
Right.
where the money going. Now, if you don't know, I can't open your eyes to it. But at the end of the day, this is our problem. We don't want to be honest with ourselves. Not even with everybody else. We got to be honest with ourselves. And I'm gonna just say that we know where the money going. You know what I'm saying? But before I leave the floor, I will say this. I will say this. There was a point in time where the politicians weren't the richest and
Mm,
the neighborhood was affluent. That's all
mm,
I'm gonna say. That's all I'm
mm,
gonna say.
mm. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, now there's a lot of truth to that because I remember during that time period, the neighborhood was watching out for the politicians at that point. Now it's the opposite. So
And that's-
yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. I'm not gonna lie. So my
that's
intake on what's going on in 2000, it was 2024 when the announcement got made that hey,
Mm,
used to look like it's going down the drain. As 2025 hit, it looked like it's starting to reveal itself. It's like it's now it's coming into play. You can see certain things that need to be done that's not being done. Freeways still being worked on since I was a kid. That's gonna forever keep being worked on. I just look at it
mhm,
like, bro, I think this is just natural now. Like I think a freeway
mhm,
just has to be worked on.
mhm.
I just think
Yeah,
it has to be.
it take 35 years at
Yeah.
least.
You know what I'm saying? People be like, yeah, well, they keep working on them because you know this and that, and you got more people moving to the city. Hey, bro, I don't be caring, bro. I'm
right.
just saying, as a kid, the same freeways have been getting worked on since I was a kid. Like, when
Mhm,
is it gonna ever be done?
mhm,
So there's some expansion going on towards the Galveston and Texas City area where they're widening it. Now, like that area, I can definitely see. Like, you know what I'm saying? In certain areas where you can see where expansion is needed within the freeways, like 3 car lanes becoming 5 car lanes. I see the benefits in certain areas like that. But some things I'm just like, bro, when is this ever going to be done? So, situation with the bio, I keep saying, like, bro, I don't know if anybody went down to the bio over here in Houston, Texas, but at night, that thing is dark.
Dark.
That thing is dark. You can't see your hand. You can't see anything. I remember there was a young YN walking around. He said, listen, I see why this person is choosing the bio. It is dark. He said, look how much light I'm getting on my Glock. That's just the light on my Glock. It's still not even bright enough to get enough area. So with all the killings and stuff going on and stuff that's going on, you said everybody keep asking, why hasn't security been put in? Why haven't they put patrol in that area?
Cross my-
If every other week there's another, it seems to be another body that keeps going in there, why hasn't anybody done anything? Some people looking at it like, well, it's nothing to invest into. Like, oh, it's a myth. Da da da. Like people kind of look like everybody's looking at it in different levels. I'm looking at why is there nothing being done? If that's the area that's being targeted for bodies, then that should be an area that should be lit up with this most cameras. Because if you move the target, then you know the problem, you know, where it once lied. Now you got to keep trying to move things around. But also, for Houston, I'll also say when it comes to this, man, it's man, I don't even know what to say. Every time I drive around, it's a new house being built. So I'd be like, is it really going broke? You know what I'm saying? But money getting spent somewhere. I see more
Yeah.
schools being built, more apartments being built, but that's not to say that's the city doing it at the same time. But like I said, I'm just kind of looking at things in and out. Um, Next subject, city-wise, we're going to Chicago, man. Uh, Chicago kind of crazy right now, y'all. I never thought a city would go to war with its own people. I was like, yo, this is man, I'm gonna let y'all take that. Y'all can take that. Man. Explain the better than me. I just let you
All right. I guess to open it up, the main conversations around Chicago will be about, of course, the ice raids going on. The spin of it becoming like it's not about immigrants, and it's more so like a racial motivated thing. We're targeting black people. Then the city's responses towards it. Like I said, we opened up with Houston economically. Chicago is like in a similar
Yeah.
situation economically. Um, I will say this though before we get to it. Um, Sometimes when you're looking at issues like that, I would say the first thing to do is remove the racial identity from it, then just look at the
Yeah. Look
information,
at yeah.
then
Look at
get
that.
back to it. Because if you start it off from there, your GPS is off. You're only going to see what people want you to see. So when you see
Mhm.
a project building and they're detaining black people, you're like, see, I knew it. Everybody that's against that side, they like, I knew it. It was gonna come. They was gonna go after black people, and then that begins to be the story, and it's like you get lost in everything else that's going on factually.
What's going on?
So yeah, so QP, I'll let you get your spin on it before I dive
Okay.
into it. But that's just the opening towards the Chicago incident and the ice raid. So you got it.
Hey, now me personally, I think we headed to a civil war. You know what I'm saying? That's short breath answer. I think that's you know what I'm saying. That's where we're going. So I think we need to be ready. You know. So, but I will say this: I see it as a double edged sword, right? Because on one side they say they send ICE in, you know what I'm saying, to get these illegal immigrants. Well, you're not gonna see illegal immigrants living them, you know what I'm saying, living in Sugar Land or you know what I'm saying, the Heights or
Hmm.
you know
Hmm.
and these affluent neighborhoods. They you know what I'm saying, they stand with the rest of the poor people because they trying to make it just like, you know what I'm saying, the next, you know what I'm saying? They
Hmm.
slumming it just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So that aspect I understand. But on the flip side, when 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 I'm looking at it and I don't see no immigrants, I'm like, okay, so I mean, this ain't the first raid. This ain't the second raid. What it, what these immigrants y'all looking for? Where y'all getting this intel from? That's saying, hey, look, the immigrants over there. Who telling y'all that? Because clearly that's bad intel. And y'all telling us that they not once have they came out and been like, we caught, you know what I'm saying, XYZ. You know what I'm saying? These killers that y'all say that, you know what I'm saying, that they say that they looking for, it should be a list, you know what I'm saying, long as a rap sheet. Okay, look, we caught, if it's a, hypothetically, I don't know, but I'm gonna just say if it's 1,000 of them, I mean, shit, y'all got to at least have a count 10, 50, 100. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't where that information at. But when it's put out to the public, all you see is the people that really just live there. For example, like if they go to Third Ward, like, hey, look, we looking for I'm gonna just say MS-13. Okay, well, shit, y'all done been here 2, 3 months. Y'all ain't count. Y'all ain't count no general, no lieutenant, no co-captain. You know what I'm saying? So what's really going on? But that's again, that's just that's just how I see it. It's a I understand it, but I'm only understand so much. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna let you keep kicking me in my ass and be like, hey, this is for your benefit. Okay, well let me
Hmm.
kick you in your ass now.
Hmm.
You,
Okay. Yeah. If nothing, juice on that.
My thing breaking up. I was like, I don't know, my thing breaking up or not.
Nah, you good. You good. But
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Just to keep it going with the whole Chicago situation. Um, um, I could kind of see where the situation is going and what caused it. So I don't really feel a way about it at this moment because there's not enough information to sway me towards a negative about it at this moment. So this whole system of America is built on illegal
crooked.
immigration,
Yeah.
specifically illegal immigration. The people that quote unquote run the country were illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we get that. And then you have historically, you have different groups of quote unquote what now would be considered white people. Well, that wasn't the case historically. They had
Right.
to work their way into quote unquote white American
White people.
status. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So illegal immigration became the backbone because it's like, okay, well, fine. You control the statuses of people and class systems and everything based off of that alone. And the illegals are always going to be the people that's doing most of the work in the labor. We're talking about, we're not talking about pre Columbus and all that. We're just talking about from where we're getting closer to modern time. So it's a system that's not new. Okay, so now we get into this current space. Now it's a broken system, and that's the chaos that I think QP was talking about with like a civil war. Perhaps it's not racial. It's that America is trying to update that system because it's a broken system at this point. When you have quote unquote what they call American white status being not so the highest populated group, the
Right.
highest employed. Like when these
That's what
type
I
of
was trying to get
statistics
at.
become compromised, and then we start to see the
Hey, we got to do
economy
something with this.
shifting away from what
Right.
it was supposed to, who it was supposed to favor, then now we're going to have
It's a problem.
problems. And now black people are inserting themselves into an equation that mathematically you're not even present. You're so far behind. Like I don't think that any of this has anything to do with you. Like
Right.
like it's you know what I'm saying? Like you're so washed that this is something different. So now they're
This a
trying to
leap
update the system to get the benefits back to the people that they were supposed to go to
to
prior.
begin with.
So so here we had the Chicago incident pop off in 2022 mainly. Prior to 2022, we did not see this. 2022, we already knew who the president was. So for the guy that y'all love, uh, Joe Biden had this thing to where it was like, okay, we're gonna vamp this shit up. Sorry for the kids that's watching. 2022, directly, Venezuela was one of the countries that was like, we're gonna get an influx of y'all people over here, specifically Venezuela. And so you have a city of Chicago, their budget on immigration was like 1 to 3 million prior to 2022. 2022, now we're starting to see numbers like 30 million,
30
100
million,
plus.
50 million.
In 2023, it was projected that they had like a $361 million budget for illegal immigrants, specifically mainly from Venezuela. And then when you do, I had this thing, I don't know who watches the show often, but I always talk about it's a mathematical equation based on facts. And we can say it's masculine. It has nothing to do with feminine energy being emotional. 1 plus 1 is 2.
Yeah.
However ugly 2 is, we can accept that because the math is mathing. If Trump says, I'm putting bombs on Venezuela, we beefing with the country, and then in pattern behavior, he's going after cities who took people directly from that country, and that's stimulating the country's economy only for the politicians, not for the city.
Yeah.
The poor black people that have been in those cities, you're suffering even more because the cost of living is going up in those cities. So they're stimulating their pockets with money that they can't do anything to stimulate your situations. But specifically, that's the beef between America, Venezuela, and then Chicago being a sanctuary city specifically for those
Right.
people. So what happens on the back end? They spend something simple as $360 million, 1% of the city's budget. Cool. But what happens on the backside? They have the potential to make billions because you get a people like a 60-day work work pass, see if it works out. When they become working class citizens, if that happens, you fill in the labor gap. Okay. But it fucks the people that's already there, black, white, or whoever. This is where white people get fucked because for the working class white person, right, you won't get that job because it's cheaper for me to hire homeboy I
But
brought over here because they're filling in the work gap and they're taking up the positions from those people that's retiring out. So it benefits the city in certain ways, but it doesn't benefit the people living in the city. So that's my opening on that. To pull the black white card out the window because it has,
yeah,
in
yeah,
my
yeah,
opinion,
yeah.
it don't have nothing to do with black people. You
But
just
see
live in
that
the places where they're gonna
where
ship
it's
the
happening.
people to live with.
Yeah. Right.
That's all.
You're just
So
a bystander. You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
got hit
you're
with
a
a truck.
casualty.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Yeah.
yeah.
That the last time this happened in history, not this
Mhm,
ain't my words. This is his. The
mhm,
last time some shit like this happened, it
mhm.
led to a civil war. They ran from a place that they didn't even want to be at, that they weren't high class in, to come to a new place to overtake that place, which they deemed named America. They killed off the people that was already there. The same thing they doing now. You killing off the people that's already there. The black people in Chicago, y'all rounding them up. They rounding them up. Sending well, they ain't sending them. I don't know where they sending them, so I can't say that. But the last time something like this happened, it led to a civil war. Um,
All right. My comment. Literally, I was about to say what X said. I was literally about to say what he said. I said, like, I don't think y'all remember. Chicago was one of them hubs for them people that was coming out here.
yeah,
It was Chicago, New York. Uh, it was two other places, but Chicago and New York was like the main ones they were
Memphis.
talking about. They were getting all the food stamps. They was getting the vouchers. They was getting all that, and the people of Chicago was rallying against it. Like, yo, did y'all forget about us? We've been staying here all our life. How are they getting more benefits than us and we've been here? So here's the thing I'm not sure if you pay attention to, QP, is sometimes you have immigrants that literally look like us. So this is why
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah,
people can
yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
they targeting our people. Like, fam,
yeah.
there's people
True.
who will play the black card when it's time to play it, but there'll be immigrants when it's time to be an immigrant.
But you
It's
know,
literally it's the fluctuation that people do. One of the things they used to say about some of the we'll say Middle Eastern people. Y'all know some Middle Eastern people look just like
look
black
like
people.
us.
It's just like
Yeah,
us. So
right.
what they
Until
would
they
use,
start
some of them
talking.
would use this for housing, for scholarships for schools, and do all that. But look, that's on paper. When they get out to the world, they still who they
They
are.
black.
When it was
Yeah,
when they was Raj or whatever, he's what he is what he is culture wise. But on paper, he black. It that's a lot of things that people dismiss. This is why when we had the conversation about sometimes Somalians, you have Somalians that literally look just like me. I was next to one the other day,
yeah.
and I was like, "Oh man, what's going on, brother?" He's like, "Nah, man, I'm Somalian." I was like,
But
"All right, all
that's
right,
oh,
all right."
go ahead, go ahead.
I was
Yeah,
like, "All right." So that's why when people keep saying they're targeting like certain things that people look, you got to look at it. What they say, like you be like us on the outside, but are you us on the inside? People
right,
try to rally people for support when it's
right,
time to. But
right.
when it's not the time to support, person gonna be like,
They go,
yeah, they gonna do whatever, man. I just see some
they
man,
go.
fam. The you look, bro, you in Houston, fam. You done met Jamaicans, Haitians,
Haitians.
Africans, and sometimes they're Americanized to a point you really think they're one of us. So, but when it's time to show up for culture or certain things, the real pride of them comes out. I know when what was that? Damn, what was the last thing I seen? I know there was like a Nigerian thing that came out. It was a Nigerian day. I forgot. Nigerian
Oh
independence.
yeah, and yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah,
I,
he go
I
down.
seen some of the homies that I never knew that was Nigerian the whole time. They doing their thing. I have
Yeah,
nothing against them at all. But what I'm saying is, this is why I said like when people blend in so well, you never know what they're tied to. So that's why if we're only looking at, let's say, remove the skin, remove certain things, realize who they are when it's time to go to into the system to identify who they are. But yeah, that's
but
all I got on Chicago.
there's
Okay.
oh go yeah, yeah. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna add. This is one thing that reminds me of this whole thing. Before Civil War and all that shit, if we study the drug epidemics,
Hmm?
crack cocaine era, all that, it's the same thing. Well, what did the kingpins do? Let's set up shop in the project buildings. That way, if
Yeah.
they come for us, they gotta go through the whole
They got
Whole
civilian
system.
place. You know, it's the same mentality. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so when you get to like the quote unquote American nigga, that thought process didn't originate with black people. It came from somewhere else.
Hmm.
So when they said, "Look, let's go scoop these motherfuckers up, and we finna make some money right now," it's the same energy that if you talking to your boy and you like, "Fam, we can go to the state. We just need a truck.
mm,
I know we ain't got all the licenses we need and everything, but just hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Look, we gonna go here. This person gonna say we train. We gonna do the job. 6 months, we in and out. 6 figures, we
That's
gone. We
it.
come back. It's the same mentality. These niggas
Yeah,
like, look, we go to this country, get these people over here. This what it's gonna cost. This what the profit margins are. How it affects the poor people and whatever. You
No
know,
matter.
fuck it. We what you trying to do? You trying to eat? This is the same energy. So yeah, let's set up shop. Let's send them people over there with the black people, okay? Because that's the best place for us to position them. And yeah, if something happens where you got to go round them up, well, you got to be willing to tap the black people shit. I think that was thought out. I think it's the same thing happened during the crack cocaine era and all that shit. It's the same thing. So then when they say it was a war on crack cocaine, it was really a war on black people. But that was specifically involving black people. So you
Right.
take the same defense mechanisms and
And
it's gonna look like the same thing now. So I think
okay.
that's a strategic plan from the left who geared all this into motion. So I don't think later on the game plan was let's get somebody like Trump in office and he's gonna go hard at all this. He's gonna shut down shop. All it is just a stance to say, I know y'all eating off this shit. It's draining the economies,
Yeah.
and we have to do something to make a stance against it. Whoever it harms, hey, they're already past that step. So to me,
Okay.
the Civil War now is like different. I don't think it'll be a physical civil war. I think it's more so a mental civil war. Yeah, but save yourself. That's why I opened up with economics, health, all that. Save yourself. If you believe that any side is going to give you the safety that you need, especially if you're left, sorry, gloves off, and you're
Dog.
not a certain color and of a certain status politically, you're lost.
You
You
good.
fool.
You good.
You free game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're showing you that. So I would simply throw that out there. This reminds me a lot of the war on drugs, the tactics behind that. It's just now the drugs literally are people that don't belong here. So you got it.
I was good, man. I mean, last thing I was gonna say, I gotta remember the CIA and them look at it like, listen, we gave them coke. We didn't teach them how to make crack though.
Exactly. We didn't
it,
plan on that.
didn't play it out like that.
But when
So it's
that
like
happens, now we start mass incarceration and we eat off that too. It's
we get off that
always
too.
going to be a, you
Okay.
know, yeah.
Okay. So now I have a question, right?
All right.
Hmm.
We see this the government play. This they
Hmm.
play. This they move.
Hmm.
My what's our move? I got to answer,
Hmm.
but I want to pose that question. What's
Hmm.
what's our move to what what's our move to differentiate ourselves, or do we just not even do differentiate ourselves? Just like, okay, well, hey, y'all come with us. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do what we do.
Well, when I had these kind of conversations with anybody from any race, it's sad to say most of the black people are so far left that it's no
Right.
solution.
Yeah.
It's the other races that's like,
So we
this
leave
shit
them
ain't
with them.
lining up. You know what I'm saying? It's like I could even see if you're semi in the middle and you
Yeah.
picking and choosing like, okay, left, right, left, right. But if you just far left, hey, make a lot of money, invest. That's it.
Okay.
Protect
All right.
yourself.
Okay.
But for a lot of people, the now the trend is like even left and right. If you're extremely opposed to either side, you're
Right.
too emotional to even make sense anymore.
Take that
And that's for
message.
the right too. Some of them get so far right, I'd be like, are you listening to yourself? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Do you not see
so
this?
yeah. So I would simply say the safety net is being in the middle, at least mentally. Vote however you want to vote. But if it's not benefiting you personally, your household, your group, whatever you call your group, your clique of friends, your family, the people you work with,
Go try it. Whatever.
um, those should be the things that influence your voting, not what your
Okay.
grandma did and your grandpa and what they told you to vote for and all that shit. Because that's trash. All those systems are trash,
Right.
and to kind of bend it somewhere to where it's not all political. I'm one of the people that I don't like believe in like owning a home to live in it. But a lot of
Okay.
people believe that because that's an older model
That's
of
the thing.
building
Yeah.
wealth. But if you didn't buy it with baby boomer prices, you're not 10x in that shit.
Right.
I mean, I'm
I,
not saying you can't make profit, but it
Yeah.
ain't the
But not
same.
right.
So you always have to adapt with the time. So for people to be, I just say, just be level headed. Look at
Okay.
fact. Stop being so emotional. And just look at how every system changes. But yeah, yeah, don't yeah. It's sad to say it's a lot of people that look like us. They too lost into um, the arguments that people made 20, 30, 50, 60
Yeah.
years ago. Yeah.
And,
What say
oh,
you?
oh no, I was about to say, when it comes to us, like I always been a person that believe in like getting yourself right, getting your people right before assisting others. I'm still big on that. I remember having this conversation with somebody before, and was talking about tariffs. I broke down tariffs in many different ways, just like drugs. Like, hey, listen, you want to set up shop here? It's gonna be a price. Like,
You
hey,
gotta
listen,
pay me.
you gonna pay. You gonna pay. You want to brother? Like, it's
Hey,
as much people want to say like, why do y'all relate to drugs? I'm like, bro, that's the easiest thing you can
that's
do
the
within a black
simplest
community.
form.
It's one of the easiest things. I could talk about so many different
Not
things.
saying that
But
we
my
did that.
yeah,
We're just making sense out of
It's
conversation.
just simple. It's simple. It's the easiest job.
Allegedly.
The president, the biggest drug dealer I know. No, my bad. I ain't gonna
yo,
cut
man,
that. Go
no,
ahead.
yo, can I focus, bro?
I'm just saying. Every year we got a
Yeah,
new
I'm sorry, man.
kingpin.
Like, look, I'm about to cook up, y'all. He threw me off. He threw me off.
I'm
Oh
just
shit.
saying.
All right, look. So you have the mafia. What they used to
Mhm.
tell them boys, say, listen, your store needs some protection around here. They
Right.
like protection. They got insurance. Like, nah, man. Like, you never know who comes into comes into your business, and
Uh-huh.
things get messed up.
Yeah.
And people that understand that, what they do, they'll go mess it
Fuck
up. And be
this
like,
is.
now you're gonna pay
Hey,
us.
there you go.
Bro, I'm telling you, like
Simple.
it was always around. And one of the examples I gave her before I gave her, but I want to say she is Islamic. I want to say she's Muslim. I want to say she's Muslim. And I kept saying, look, Dubai is known for tariffs and all that. In fact, to start businesses in there, they take 51% of your company. And then, but she was all like, well, why you gotta relate it to Dubai and the belief system? I was like, no, I'm just giving an example. Like, you want to come set up shop here? There's a price for that, and we want ownership. And I was like, yeah,
Mm.
okay, cool. But when I said like, hey, as Americans, I believe, like I said, what is that? What is that? What is that app where they talk a whole bunch a lot, man? I forgot. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. They be
Oh my
doing all
god.
that screaming and yelling.
Yeah, no, man. It's the app where you just talk on there the whole 24/7, man. I don't know. We've been on there a couple times, X. I forgot the app, but that's the app I'm talking about, where people just have free range conversations, and you can be from all around the world, man. It'll come back to me a
What's
little
that?
bit, but not
Nah, nah.
WhatsApp. No, bro. Like, we was a host on there. We was featured on there with Lena before, and I forgot the name, bro. Like, you literally just talking at Cardi
Clubhouse?
B all day, talking 24/7.
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse?
There you go.
Clubhouse,
Clubhouse?
Clubhouse.
there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clubhouse, there it is. That's the app
Yeah.
I'm talking about right there. Like, you can literally talk to people from around the world. So as I'm talking in one of the clubs and I'm discussing certain things that I'm seeing, certain things I believe in, some people are like, "Well, I think it's wrong for you to like think about your own country and stuff." I was like, "Why?
What?
Why is that a problem?" It was like, "Well, because other people need assistance." I was like, "Okay, if my house is not well put together yet, are you telling me invite people there, or would you like for me to have my house put together and then when people come in, it's easier?"
Yeah, that's
Then some
crazy.
people like. Then I noticed like it was like 10 of us within that clubhouse, and some people like, nah, I'd rather have my house together before I do it. Then some people like, well, you can get it together while having other people in there. I was like, yeah, bro, like y'all not still understanding what I'm getting at. It's like sometimes you need to secure yourself and your family before you invite others, because others
Right.
can come in and start getting more benefits than what you were getting. I literally seen households where like they invited other families, and they'd be like, "Hey, listen, go in there and go take so and so's bed," and now the person who had a bed is sleeping on the ground.
Sleeping on the floor. Yeah.
Like, now
That's
you're in the discomfort when you
real.
was comfort. Certain things like, hey, we just want to make sure they're okay and civilized, but people would be like, well, that person experienced comfort at one point, so it should be okay for them to feel discomfort. I agree
Nah,
to a certain extent, but at the
nah.
same time, if the discomfort is now affecting their performance in other areas because now they're uncomfortable, then what are you gonna say? Because that's the same thing that's going on here. There's areas where people are like, no, it's not a problem. Yeah, you come on now, and then when they realize what can happen, like we talk about job laborers, different things like that. I know people, bro. I watched literally one day. at a club. There's a club here. We talk about them food trucks. Them food trucks be eating after them clubs. But guess what be across the street from them? Across the street might be a national chain food place. Something
Mm.
that has a brick and mortar. I
Yeah.
didn't watch them call cops on them because they start eating off where they was getting their main flow of customers because of that. Like it's
Yeah.
fun, like oh, okay, that's cool, that's right there. But then when it starts affecting you money wise, you're like, okay, now this is
Oh, yeah, we can't do
yeah.
this. Yeah.
But listen, you understand that, but that's literally what's going on. People be
Okay.
cool with it until they realize how it starts affecting them. And that's one of the things that people want to say, like, it's not a problem. Yeah, it's because it hasn't affected you. You're not in
Right.
Chicago. You're not in New York. So when you're in a distance, talk about certain things, it's comfortability. But to actually live those experiences, like I watched some of those live interviews they did on the news, and some people was in the courthouses. Well, them people sound devastated. And then some of them were saying they were getting robbed. Okay, this goes back to, let's stay right there. This goes back to when they were saying like some of the immigrants was what? Killing the dogs and cutting up geese and stuff like that. So the same the same control that was once in place, when you have different people in there, it's a different level of like uncontrolled. Like I'm sorry, it's a different level of control that's no longer there once you invite more people in.
They come over here. They got pit
Yeah.
bulls everywhere. Look at the cats. I'm
Look at the
eating
cats,
them.
man.
Like, shit.
Even the dogs
I
alive.
gotta take animals in my shit. Yeah, I could just
Look, look. It's a.
scoop yours, scoop your shit.
I say
Listen,
it's a simple solution. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
this is the last thing to do. We can do
Oh,
a different
yeah,
subject.
yeah, yeah.
I always think about groups who like a controlled amount of people versus people who just let them be open. It's a different
No.
level of how you have to move. I literally had this conversation with somebody. I said, "Do you know why some of the married people I know don't let single people in? Because they're not going to let a single person
Yeah.
take the group over
Right.
some thoughts.
Right.
If you're not single and looking, and that's why you're around the married
Yeah.
people, that's the difference. Now, if you're single, you're just talking about I do this and that. They're like, hey, bro, this he got to go. You're not about to tank the group because this is what we built our like I said, our family, our union on. Marriage, men keep each other accountable. Everything we're talking about relationships that's going on within our relationships to try to see how do we help each other out. They're not gonna. This is the difference, right? But things is controlled. It's much. I mean, when things are smaller, it's easier to control. When it becomes big, that's a whole different story.
In essence, in simple terms, segregation. That's not segregation. That's the that's the solution. Segregation. I'm telling you, segregation. You okay with that? Everybody ain't gonna be okay with that. Like you just said, you got a group of married people. What they do? They segregate themselves. Who they hanging with? Other married folks. What they tell that single motherfucker? Man, you can't come over here with that shit. It's the same segregation. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You come in here, hey, you can't stay over here. Nah, go over there with your people, man. Go do that over there. Get y'all shit together.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you say, get y'all shit together. Y'all came over here together. Go get y'all shit together. Then we could talk about doing something. And everybody ain't coming. You got a head honcho. We got a head honcho. Okay, cool. What we gonna do? How we gonna navigate this thing? They go back over there. Look, say this how we moving. He come back, say, look, this segregation, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple. It's really that simple. That's all. Like this. Hey.
How
When we
you?
ready to segregate, let me know. I'm with it. I'm with
Hey,
it.
but it starts with every little thing on so many levels, man. Because we so free here, but it starts with who you talk to,
We ain't free.
hang out with,
No, we
uh,
ain't free.
who you live next to. You know, some people we can't get it to that point to where we can control it. At least on the lower levels, but it's really just where you put your energy at. I would say like for people that study American history, like America is only safe because of the banking systems that we have here.
Mm-hmm.
We have the number one currency, but that falls back to what took place during that 1913 period, I believe, of us
Yeah.
creating the banking systems, the
Uh,
Federal Reserves.
yeah, Federal Reserve. Okay.
This is the only thing that puts us apart from the rest of the world. So that's why I'm so heavy on, like QP, like you said, segregation and save yourself.
Yeah.
Um, it becomes a point in time to where I'm not one of the people that say um, you can live in the hood, but be mentally surpass the hood, still stay there, and because you're strong minded, you don't get affected. I'm the
No.
person that says the complete opposite. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I've said it in a
I
lot
got
of
you.
episodes. Get the fuck
Get
out,
the
all
fuck out.
caps.
For real.
And you want to be the
Like,
person that passes through, but not the person that lives
right.
there, because
Yeah.
you understand history. It's a reason why they made that
Why
place.
they made it. It's a
If
reason
anything
why they
goes
hit these
south,
places.
yeah,
Yes.
that's the first thing to go. If you
Hmm.
Yeah.
pay attention to like when people like get a little bit woke during like hurricanes and shit in Houston, they be like, y'all pay attention to who
Yeah.
they flooding
Yeah.
first.
Exactly.
Like if you live in them areas, you already know your lights
You
is
already
going
know.
out first, even if the storm don't hit your shit.
For real.
Nah,
You
that's
know
Before
not
the
how
light
bad
is
it's gonna
so
off,
be.
funny now,
it's
bro.
gonna be
Before
off before the
everybody.
storm hit. Yeah, it's we
Man,
gotta sacrifice y'all. Sorry. So
you want to
you
stay
gotta
there,
get
cool.
yourself. Yeah, you gotta save
Cool.
yourself. Get yourself out that position. Move.
Cool.
Leave.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying when QP says like when I heard segregation, that's what I heard. First as an
Yeah.
individual, get the fuck
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I talked
For
about it
real.
earlier in the episode. I said, look,
But again, it ain't
Mhm.
I ain't saying when I say I ain't talking about going to be with some other people. I'm talking about with my
True.
people. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't just my I'm talking about my people, but still my people. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? You could be my people, but if you ain't my people, man, I don't want to be nowhere around you. I don't want to do nothing, no business with you. I don't want to do no no coercion with you. No, your son can't date my daughter. No, we're not doing that. You
Mhm.
understand? Cause I know where I know where that's gonna go. Then she gonna be right back where I had to fight to get out of. No, we're not doing that. No,
Mhm.
no.
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
that
Certain
man
things,
said,
but
hit a Dr. Umar Johnson moment. He said, listen, you can look like me, but are you gonna be him?
For
Are
real.
you like this? Are you like
and,
him?
and that's what I was gonna say too. Like I say, the older I'm getting, I'm learning that you can have like your disposition about your race and benefit those people
Yeah.
with your money, your resources, and everything. But I'm
Now,
really learning that you're probably most likely not gonna.
not gonna,
You're
it's not happening.
not
It's
gonna
not
most
happening.
likely be
You're gonna
around
be
them
by
that much.
yourself.
If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Hey, it's a
But
lonely life, man.
yeah, yeah. So like I said, it starts in moments like this, conversations like this. Um, what Jay said in the 444, he was like, "Look,
Hey,
yeah,
well,
what he
I'm gonna
say?
say
Uh,
it ain't many of us. Say
right,
it's plenty of us. Less is more. It's
right,
plenty of us.
right." And you just got to start from there.
Yeah, for real.
All right. One of the next things I put on the conversation up hand is uh, Walmart said they're gonna have a freeze for the next 3 years, y'all. They said during the freeze, they're not hiring nobody. They're gonna be focused on putting AI within the Walmart establishments. So once
No,
again, Walmart says they're not hiring nobody in the next 3 years. They're purely focused on AI integration into Walmart. What do y'all think is gonna happen?
okay, I go. Going back to the banking systems and innovation, America is now innovating everything from how they're going at illegal immigrants to open AI integrating into the workforce. They already said just worldwide, you're looking at like 30 to maybe possibly 50% of jobs lost once this whole thing rolls out. In America, you already see it to where I'm 33, so jobs that I would have had in high school, they're obsolete because you could just go into those same places, automation. So I would say now the caveat is going back to who you vote for and all that good shit. Vote for people who's strict on bringing innovation to America, even if it includes the AI shit. Because you can't stop it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be the next step in the world. We talk about AI, we could talk about a company like NVIDIA. What does the CEO say? Next is quantum computing. It's always going to elevate. So
Mhm.
you just have to kind of just be able to invest. I can't say it no different. Invest, know what's coming ahead. Walmart had an old strategy to where they would hire old people. And it's not because they was being nice and sweet and gentle, but
Nah,
let's say
right.
you a company, you hire old people. They close to dying pretty soon, right?
Retirement age.
Yeah, death age. You could put out an insurance policy on an employee and cash in. So even from bringing illegal immigrants, fill in the labor gap. Everything's about labor gaps. Making sure that the next person that comes in after the person that retires, we're gonna pay them less. We're gonna give them less. This is
Exactly.
how this is how the game
Less
goes.
incentives. Less incentives. Because then
So,
you gotta work up there. You gotta work more hours and more years just to get compensated what they was having. Some people say like, well, they came later on and they got more, but that's very rare. Depending, we
right.
always got to say it depends on the job field, the
Hmm.
skill level, all that
Hmm.
matters. So when people
Hmm.
say certain things like, what were they doing? That's the first thing
Right.
come out of my mouth is what were they doing?
Correct.
Because it's one thing to say something
Hmm.
and not give context to it because a lot of people like generalizations, but context matters when it comes to
Mhm.
data.
Hmm.
Absolutely. It definitely
Correct.
matters. This is why when X said, listen, buying a home back then and selling it now, you 10 extra stuff. Absolutely.
Hmm.
I looked at some houses that were like 20,000. They sold for
15 times,
400,000 this year, bro. I was like,
10
what?
times.
I'm like, bro, cash, what is cashed out? We
Right.
buy homes at 400,000. Listen,
Hmm.
you might get 200
No.
grand after like 20. You
Right.
ain't about to get like, listen, you not about to get what they was getting back then,
No.
bro, because they had it at a cheaper price.
Right.
The dollar was way more powerful.
Hmm.
Life was cheaper, bro. We're not
Yeah.
gonna ever have that. This is why one of the things I always stress about is like you have to keep building skills. It's non-negotiable.
Hmm.
Everything's gonna keep going up year by year. And if you
Absolutely.
believe like, hey, I'll just keep my expenses low, guess what? They're gonna increase.
They-
There's nothing you're gonna do. There's
It's
nothing you can do about
inevitable.
it.
It's
Yeah.
inevitable.
Yeah. That's the Civil War. I think the new Civil War is definitely digital and is based on what assets you're going to acquire before everything is priced out. We talk about Bitcoin being at an all time high.
Mhm.
It wasn't that expensive 50 years ago, 40 years
Yeah.
ago, 30 years ago. I may be off with the number range on like
Yeah.
when it actually was created, but the point is you want to find things uh, that's circulating. Like if you study stocks, QP, I know you listen to Trap
Yeah.
and Israel. If you study that just to even just understand a little bit of it, you will find out that okay, S&P 500, Mag 7. What are these companies
Right.
investing
But it
into?
is right.
This will tell you what's coming next. If they say, oh, chips, okay, bet. Now we're going to focus on tech. Tech will
Right.
be new thing. Then we go quantum. Then we go open AI. Open AI making these deals. Open AI doing like some shit to where it's like, well, we got this big deal with NVIDIA. You think we got safety? Nope. I'm gonna go to
Nope.
AMD too, cash out with them
No.
too. So now you're seeing everybody's racing in this age of tech and
Tech.
AI. So it's gonna wipe out the job market. So the whole thing of save yourself is no bullshit. Let's just say you get food stamps and you're like, bet I'm good. The government got me. Okay, well, I think it's in one state where they're saying like, look, you're gonna have to have a photo ID on the card to use it. What
Yeah.
happens now when you said, look, I already know I'm gonna sell half these.
That shit
That's
done.
how I'm gonna make
Now
them
you
extra
gotta
bread.
right.
I ain't gotta work. You can't say the system is messing over you because they getting more strict. They're just
Right.
innovating. You have to keep up and
You
play
have to
catch.
innovate.
Yeah. So
Oh, they already put in the system that you can't get snacks. You can't get BS no more. Within
Hey,
right.
but that's good. What the
yeah,
fuck?
I think that's
I
good. I'll
mean,
be honest. I think that's good.
yeah.
Yeah.
What? Come on, man. Like, what are we doing?
You getting sodas and chips.
Yeah,
I
better,
don't even
man.
get
Put
that, bro.
that shit back.
I don't even get that.
You talking about you
You eat
starving? You
better
in
than
here
me.
buying
Yeah.
bullshit? Like,
Right.
what are we doing? But I say this, man. To piggyback off the stock tip, they telling you what to invest in. Cause everything they telling you, hey, technology taking over, technology take, hey, shit, find the technology. Find the technology that's, you know what I'm saying? It ain't, it's always some technology. I ain't saying invest in any technology. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like you say, the S&P 500 tell you the top 500 companies. In that top 500 companies, you're going to at least have 100 technology companies. You know what I'm saying? Every one of them ain't going to cost $100 to buy a share. Man,
Mm.
find what's within your range.
You gotta adapt.
Second, I say, who made Walmart what it is today? It ain't the CEO.
Sam Walton. But remember
Yeah,
when he
it ain't no
died,
no 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 no. We made him what he is. The people made him what he is. If we stop going to Walmart, well, I don't go to Walmart. But if we
Yeah,
stop going to Walmart, what they gonna do?
he's segregated.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah, we'll go to Walmart.
what we need Walmart for?
Yeah. Right. Mm.
If you go back to going to Home Depot, going to the, you know what I'm saying, the grocery stores, going to the
Hey,
clothing store.
I go to Target for my water.
listen, listen. While y'all talking about Walmart, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Sam Walton, the creator of Walmart, I fuck with his values of what he
Yeah,
originally created Walmart for.
yeah.
That's what I
That's
was like. I with his values of what he really meant.
yeah.
His book called American Me was all about keeping American products within the stores to keep
But then
the economy booming the way it was. Walmart is
yeah,
one of the reasons America became what it is. Like, you got to keep them. You got to keep it funky.
yeah,
However, when he passed, that's when all the changes was made. This is why
right.
people are like they don't want to do Walmart no more because the same value system he had is not in
No longer
place no
there.
more. Not
Right.
in place no
Mm.
more.
Mm.
So,
But
all
that's
right,
why I
well,
say.
all right,
But
and
that's exactly why I say, look, we don't need Walmart need us. We really need Walmart? It's not like we gonna die without Walmart. Before Walmart existed, where was y'all getting all this stuff from? You were going to different stores. Okay, you might have to, it might take you longer. So what? So what? So what? You gotta go to 6 stores now. Did you get everything you need? You worried about the wrong thing. That's why we fucked up now, because you worried about the wrong thing. You got everything that you need, not everything that you want, but everything that you need. And you could go to Marshalls. You could go to fucking Kroger's.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? You could go, start growing your. Well, I
Hey,
ain't even
hey,
finna
yeah,
get it.
you talking that talk. You talking that talk. Hey, but
Yeah, but
Kroger's a little too high for me right now. I go to H-E-B.
man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man.
HEB.
Wherever
I got
store got
I got the
everything else, I'm
rewards
going.
with
Man. I ain't gonna
Kroger
lie to y'all, bro. I ain't gonna do
Go
that.
to
Now, whatever store
Fiesta.
got everything, I'm gonna go
just
to
in
it, bro.
case I need some gas. You
I
know.
need.
Hey, I ain't
Hey,
gonna lie.
listen.
Kroger got the
Time
best food
time
though.
got to be utilized, bro. Time got to be utilized. Let me do my little Trump real quick. You know what I'm saying? Time got to be utilized. You know?
Hey, hey, so that's what it.
They don't
You
support
can
You
go to
know what I'm
two
unions.
stores
saying?
a day. You may not get everything in there. You know what I'm saying? In that one drive. Okay, cool. I got
For
to go
sure.
to the store again tomorrow. No problem.
I look at. Stay right
Mm.
there.
Mm.
Listen, the building and the integration of Amazon was actually a piggyback off of what Walmart was created for. The
Facts.
all-in-one store then
Right.
became the all-in-one online,
Right.
all-in-one e-commerce store. So,
Man,
as I said, listen,
you right.
as time
Yeah.
goes forward, people forget like the
There you
whole
go.
purpose is to make things easier, simpler, and to be able to be a one-stop shop. That's what makes people more powerful. Okay, you had Instacart. Instacart was Instacart was really getting things off the ground. Why do you
Mm.
think stores was just like, you know what? You can pay us and we'll deliver for
Yeah.
you now. Because now they want a piece
Yeah.
of it. Like it's all
Exactly.
about compete. It's
Talking
all
talk,
about
talk,
competing
talking
with what's
talk.
going on. You
Mm-hmm.
already had people that was shopping for people at one point in time. Grocery shopping for people.
What?
These are people you have to pay for. You have to find online or you know somebody and somebody, they'll do that for you. So when you have people
Man,
navigate
say,
into the system, now all of a sudden all the tyrants, all the big companies like, you know what? I want some of that shit now. Hey, put the delivery system in there. They can come pick up their groceries, bro. Like
it's
everybody's trying to keep more money, man.
true, but at some point we got to stop being lazy, man. Like,
That's the
come on,
whole point
man.
Facts.
of technology.
Facts.
It's to make us
At some
But
lazy, bro.
but facts.
It's to make things beneficial.
But that's why.
It's to get
Mm.
beneficial, give you back time, and to be able to help accommodate certain things in areas.
True.
But see, this
Time
is
to do what
where,
though?
huh?
Time to
No.
do what? A lot of these people ain't doing nothing with the time that they save.
Well,
This
that's
this
them. That's them.
True.
That's them.
True. True.
This is okay. This is why. Okay, when I was getting mentored by one of my mentors in the back, he used to be like, "Listen, things that you can pay for and have somebody else do, you pay for it and you utilize it and do other things. Don't pay for something that you're not actually
this,
making the actions. Now you're wasting money,
right.
right? This is why some people hire chefs. Listen, I need something healthy.
Go to the
Cook it
mechanic.
throughout the week for me, and I can just
Yeah.
go in there and eat it by myself. Now you got what you got: Bluebird, Apron, Chef. These are why these companies get created. It's to try to create. Technology is amazing, bro. This is the more I
True.
talk about it, bro. I'm just gonna get fueled
True.
by it because like this is what it is. It's just the innovation of giving the consumer what they're asking
What
for.
they want. Yeah. Yeah,
True.
yeah, I
That's
feel
all it
that.
is. That's all it
Okay.
is, man. But I understand what you're saying because
Yeah,
I
no,
got
no.
to a point. I caught myself one time. I was driving by a restaurant I eat at. I usually stop and drive there. I just went on the app. I was like, damn, man,
Let me order this.
$3
Yeah.
more, and I gotta tip somebody, but I could be at home, taking a shower, washing clothes, and doing other productive things, but it'll cost a little more. So I could sit down and eat, enjoy myself, and spend less money, or I pay a little bit more, but I'll be able to utilize that time to do other things that I need to get done. So these are the
Mhm.
things that go through your mind at the same time. This is why what we used to say that people used to say, like, listen, the human interaction is starting to die down because of technology. This is why
Mhm.
kids are getting more addicted to my fault. The piece of paper, how we grew up on in the education system, is now the laptop to kids.
Yep.
It's the same thing, but it's a different formula on how they can get them to adapt to things quicker. This is why they'll be one of the quickest ones to adapt to tech in any futuristic job, administrations for sure, because they're already on the computer and laptop. That's what they're going to literally pass to you in administrations. Oh, yeah, you got a schedule. They're going to be the ones, they do a Power BMI. They doing all, they're doing some of the most advanced stuff at a young age. Like, I hate Microsoft, what is that? Not Word. What is
Excel.
Excel?
Excel.
I hate it, bro. I hate
Yeah,
it.
me too.
I don't get it, bro. I still don't
I
get it to
can't.
this day. Bro, it's kids in elementary running laps on me around this.
I can't work that shit for nothing.
I can't work this for nothing. But that's the power of technology. If you get somebody on this in the system earlier, they grow with the system, so now it becomes easier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is why some people are resistant to the adaptation of technology. Like, nah, man, back in my day, bro, I want to do all that.
Hey, and that's me. That's I feel like you ready for that
Oh, so
shit.
you the old bitter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I can do it myself. I don't need no fucking technology to man.
But it's beauty. I would say, look, the caveat on both. Um, my train of thoughts is like sometimes it get me in trouble, sometimes it don't. I look at everything from like a hybrid viewpoint. So technology is here. Okay, bet. Invest into it, understand it, see how it's used for you and used against you.
Definitely invest. I
But
will say
but
that.
still but still know how to do shit for yourself to where I'm
Right.
not one of the people that's like I have a survival book on like if the grid go down. I got those books. I got a lot of shit in place to where it's like, okay, bet I'm there, but it's some people that's too far there to where they can't benefit off the technology and the
Mhm.
innovation. So I always say you want to be in the middle. This is
Yeah.
like if you want to be like you want to be healthy, you want to get in shape. Okay, bet, cool. Some people are so I'm gonna do it the hard way. They like, I don't want a gym membership. I'm gonna just walk. Nigga, you could just go to the gym. They got every machine you
Yeah,
need.
everything
What the
there,
fuck?
all in
Yeah.
one.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, why not do both? You know what I'm saying? Or people like,
Yeah.
you know, I can just eat right. I'm gonna go to the kava restaurants and things like that. And
Calisthenics.
Love a
yeah,
good
yeah.
combo,
Yeah.
boy.
But I can cook the same thing. Why not just do
Why
both?
not do both?
Cook
Yeah. I
do
feel it.
both when it's beneficial at that moment to where you're always moving forward,
Yeah.
but don't get too dependent on anything. I would say for anybody, like even if you don't like want to grow your own food for survival, at least go get you what was the easiest thing I ever grown? Any type of palm plants,
Yeah.
they're easy. Ferns and maybe a aloe vera plant. Just to
Oliveira.
get the feel of
Yeah.
if I
Right.
need to put some shit in some dirt and
I
see
know.
it grow. I understand the process.
Yeah.
You don't want to be naked. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can go buy a gun, but how many people go to the gun range and practice?
That's right. I
Not
got my
many.
gun right there collecting dust.
Everybody got the mentality, yo, somebody run up on me, I'm gonna throw hands, I'm gonna do. How many
Can you
people
fight
actually
though?
go and work out,
bro,
go
ain't
to the
nobody fighting
boxing
these
gym,
days, bro.
get a little train, but you
Is
may be
you
in a
shadow
position
boxing
to
or not?
where you don't have a
Yeah.
choice. His hands got
Yeah.
to get thrown. You don't want to be the guy that's like, okay, my ego is there,
But my
my
hands
body's
ain't.
there, my hands ain't connected, and I'm getting hit. You don't want to be naked nowhere. So that's what I'm saying. Like, be the hybrid individual.
Yeah,
Study
that's
how
real.
technology shifts, and then
Yeah.
you keep up in the middle, and you use it like that. So with tech, like I say, tech is always going to innovate. Be on the good
Mhm.
side of it. Never be on the bad side of it. Yeah,
Man,
simple.
that's funny,
Simple and
man.
plain.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
shout
Like
out
I
my
said,
wife, man.
X
I
X
love
to get
you.
back into boxing. I see y'all. He been listening. He been releasing his little boxing videos. I've been back. I'm back jump roping, doing my little steps and stuff. Like I said, like sometimes you got to go back to the basics just to remember who you are,
Who
bro.
you are? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hey,
like. I'll be doing for anybody out there. Let y'all know now. 19th through the 25th, I'll be doing a watermelon diet. One of the key things X told me, even I had to stop thinking one way. Was like, hey, bro, I need you to put in more nutrients in your body. Start taking some more pills alone. I don't mind you doing that, but as long watermelon is high on H2O. It's a lot of
yeah.
water, but at the same time, you're still not getting all the nutrients. Some of the
Internet.
craziest things I keep hearing people say is like, there was a lady not too long ago, I forgot her name. She died, and all she did was eat fruits, and she was
Yeah,
this.
I've seen that. I've
She's
seen that.
this thin. And people like,
Yeah.
oh, fruits is all you need. It's like, bro, that's not all you need. Like, why do y'all keep thinking like this is the one source is literally the only source you need?
Nah,
This is why I know when
nah.
this is when people who actually study health and
Mm-hmm.
diets versus people who just say anything.
You just be said,
They just
yeah.
to say anything. I was like, you can't. They call fruitarians people that just
Mm-hmm.
eat
Yeah.
fruits. Your body is still losing nutrients in other areas that fruits are not
Right.
giving them. And that's why they always say balance fruits and vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Balance
Mm-hmm.
it. That's why they say balance the two. You cannot eat one source of them and think you get everything.
It just be, yeah, no.
You can't eat and get everything. In fact, Steve Jobs was a fruitarian. People don't know that. He was a fruitarian.
I ain't know that.
It's bro. In his early books, even in his movie, even anything they talk about, all he did was eat fruits.
Nah, I ain't that bad. I
No,
eat fruit.
like I said, I'm just gonna do a watermelon diet, but I'll just let people know, hey,
Yeah.
look, I got to put other nutrients in there. If anybody
Yep.
else want to
Same.
join me, you know what I'm saying? Get your vitamin A, B, C, D. We do fish oil. We're gonna make sure we get that calcium, magnesium, and zinc. We gotta put all that in there. Yeah.
For sure, for
Yep.
sure. So look, when you doing this?
19th through the 25th. Watermelon
October?
diet. Watermelons, water, and I'm not gonna lie. You want to throw juices in there? That's vegetable fruit. That's fine as well. But yeah, watermelon diet, just watermelon, a whole lot of water.
Okay.
Flush the body out, man, and you'll lose
Yeah.
a hell amount of weight.
Yeah. Okay,
Hey,
okay, okay. For sure.
I like it. I like it. This year, on a health tip, one of the homies was like, "Man, I'm fasting for like a month," and he always do these things every couple of months, and I was like, "Fuck it, all right, bet." So I went and got me my from Ambrosia. It's like a fasting supplement to where like you could fast but still keep your muscle mass.
Yeah.
Watermelon is one of the things in there. So I did that. Hit a couple of fat burners, and then so this year I've probably eaten the least food. Honestly, I can go days where I eat once a day, twice a
Hey,
day.
that's what I'm on. That's
I can
hey.
go a day where I don't eat and be like, "Fuck, I ain't even eat today,"
Like I
and
ain't
be
did
cool.
all
You know.
day. Yeah.
But like I
Yeah.
say, everybody's body is so
It's
unique. Like now the whole kick is like, okay, I want to burn fat, but it's like, okay, well, emphasize protein, not just saying animal protein, but
Mhm.
emphasize
different.
protein because
Peanuts.
everybody think hit the deficits, but it's like, well, if you emphasize protein and good carbs, it's like you're hitting a deficit, but you're not. You're gonna build more muscle versus build more fat. So the way you burn more fat is just build more muscle
Mhm.
versus just deplete everything. So you just gotta understand everybody in different positions. If people just want to just drop everything, okay, Bet, hit your fast. But I
Yeah.
would say, fasting is important because sometimes people can eat good but drink alcohol. You might have to go on an alcohol fast. Everybody's
Man,
fast is different based on what they do. Some people need to go on a energy fast and just make sure you sleep 8 hours a day.
hey, look, that
You
was
know what I'm
beautiful. I ain't
saying?
gonna
Like,
lie to you. That was beautiful, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that
yeah.
was nice. And some people need to hear that. I told you, like, this one day a week, I literally just sleep. I don't care. I remember I had somebody pop off on me one day, trying to talk a little shit. You know what I'm saying? They're like, man, as a man, you should be sleeping all day. I was like, bitch, I don't want to hear none of that, bro. I be tired, bro. I'm not trying to hear none of that, bro. Y'all not about to keep telling men to keep working till they die. Hey, bro, one
Bitch.
of those one of those days, I need you to just completely rest, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
yo,
real talk. Real talk.
I probably get it tatted on me, but I literally preach my own. I literally preach this: respect the body, bro. You don't
Yeah.
respect the body, it's gonna
Hey,
humble you
real.
out. It's gonna
That,
humble you out.
yeah, real.
So at the same time,
Yeah.
like y'all heard what I said. Like one day a week, I don't care if you do it once a month. Sleep till you can't sleep no more, bro.
Yeah.
I'm do it. If that
I
means
I
like,
agree.
hey, you gotta tell baby, hey, look, I'll be working on this weekend, and really you bought a hotel room so you can sleep about 10 hours. Go ahead and do that, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you need to escape so you can rest, I'm not listen for anybody like, oh, he
Yeah.
telling them do it. You have to sometimes put yourself in a different environment just to sleep well.
Just
You
to,
cannot actually get the amount of sleep you're looking to get in your same household at times. People are not even honest with themselves on that. Because the
yeah.
energy
That's
if
real.
you never learn to separate energies in different rooms, it's why when you try to sleep in one room and you can't sleep, or you sleep in this room,
Hey, you gotta go to the,
you mix
yeah.
your energies so much.
Yeah.
That's why you have to go back to certain spots for it. This
Yeah.
is why I always been a firm believer. I always had like my place was like two twos, but at times I work here, I sleep here. And that's how I was getting like the best restoration in my life because I was just one of the methods, bro. So I know some people are like, well, I can't do certain things. That's cool, but I learned to designate an area or put like little cutoffs in there. Y'all
See,
forget how the mind is so powerful that it will literally keep certain things in place that you keep a closed
that you
area
keep,
within it.
yeah.
It will literally just be like, all right, I know what this is because you told me and this is what you created it for. You sit here because you're gonna rest, you're gonna talk, you do certain things.
Hey,
Like,
boy, you talking. You
like
talking.
fam, like I used to have moments
For
where
real.
if it's me and a woman have a conversation in the bedroom and it started to get hot,
I'm going
I'm
to
like, hey,
sleep.
hey, we're not gonna do this in this room. You can come meet
I'm,
me here.
yeah.
You can come meet me in here.
Hey,
Not in this room. This is where I want peace and sleep. Nothing
that,
else.
that's what the bedroom for. I don't want to do nothing in my bedroom but the nasty and go to sleep. That's it. That's it. I I
I
I I, I
Some
bullshit you
people don't
not.
get
If
me good
I'm in the
TVs in the
bed,
bedroom because of that.
say it again.
Yeah. Some people
Yeah.
don't even have TVs in their bedroom because of that.
Nope. I
Hey,
don't do TVs in the
no
bedroom.
TV in
Nope.
my bedroom.
Nope.
Real talk.
Yeah.
If I get in the bed, that's why I can't be in the house all day. Cause if yo, I nah. If I
Separate
once I
energy.
go in that room, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It,
Like,
it's a wrap.
you
That's
know,
it. That's it.
man, that's look, we talk about health now. I don't even know how we got on
Very,
the subject.
very, very, very,
We just talk
very,
Oh,
about
but hey, that one meal a day,
like,
I'm telling you,
very.
hey, that's the truth. One meal a day, yeah, that's the truth.
yeah, man.
That's the truth right there.
The only thing I force myself to do daily is drink water, bro. That's the only
And
thing I
that,
force myself daily to do. It'd be
I'm
times
like,
because even when you're cold, and I always say like you got to create formulas and habits and structure in your mind for you to
yeah,
complete certain things. When it's cold, you're not drinking a lot of water because like your
right,
body's not hot. You're not losing a lot of water,
right.
but you still like. I remember like I started pacing myself like, all right, bro, we're gonna do like 10 full gulps every 30 minutes or every hour, and that way I know I'm still gonna hit that gallon or half a gallon by the end of the day. Because
Yeah.
other than that, your body's gonna be chilling to you're not losing water, so it's gonna be chilling, and you're gonna forget to actually put nutrients back in your body. So you got to do certain things like that. Last subject we had, I don't know if y'all still want to do it or not. We was talking about Aisha Curry. If y'all still want to talk about the situation, leave it alone.
Oh
It's on
man,
y'all
no,
stuff,
come
man.
on. No, we talking that talk. Come on, baby.
Whatever
Now,
y'all
y'all
want
got.
to do, man. Whatever y'all want to do.
I'm
I'm just
good.
trying to make sure we
Hey, I'm a guest. Yeah, y'all let me know what y'all want to do.
yeah. Hey, that's all y'all. I didn't talk about that situation. Main
Hey, look,
thing I always said was
go ahead.
respecting privacy. I'm big on privacy. There's things you do not do publicly. That conversation she had, that was something for her to have in private with that person one on one, not to ever publicize.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think she should be having private with her. That's what you got a mama for. That's what you got an auntie for. That's what you got sisters for. That's what you got God for. That's what you got a grandmother for. All you got all these women in your family, and you telling me you chose to go talk about me to this one man. Come on, man. I'm not trying to hear that. No, that's dead. That's
Oh
dead.
man.
That's and this
So
ain't the
wait,
first time.
is that not privacy though? Even if you talk to a
Nah,
family
hell
member?
no, that ain't private. I can't go talk to my wife about. I can't go talk to my wife. I mean, talk to my wife. Talk about my wife to my partner.
Oh,
What I'm
you
gonna do
saying
that for?
you gotta be immediate family.
Man, that woman wasn't immediate family.
But
That's what I'm asking.
some
That's
people
what I'm
feel like
asking. You said
family forgive, family don't
Man, man,
forgive, you forgive. So some people say family off limits.
exactly. So she shouldn't have been saying a motherfucking thing
You get on camera, smile, and say you love me,
and
mom.
say, yeah, hey, exactly,
If
I,
not,
straight up.
the last
This man
two.
ain't said nothing the whole time. She's still running her mouth. Come on, man.
Hey, yeah, y'all notice that, bro? He is not. He never acknowledged
he's
But
or
never
anything.
addressed none of it. Yeah.
He's not going
uh,
to.
exactly.
Unless they separate. Unless they separate, I think he'll finally say so. But
I don't think
I
he's
don't
gonna
want
say
that to
nothing
happen.
either.
I'm gonna say that I want families to stay together. But there was a turning point. She posted something not too long ago. Said, "I
Yeah.
always love bourbon."
Right, yeah.
And
She tried to
everybody was like,
yeah.
"Yo, how can
Shift the
you?
energy. Shift the
Yeah,
energy.
how
Yeah.
you shift your energy like that?
That's
You just
PR shit.
was you just was talking about publicly. You didn't want to be a wife. You didn't want to have kids. Like one of the biggest things somebody said. Could you imagine your kids watching that interview and they just hear, "I didn't want to have kids," and
That's
you
what
just
I'm
like,
saying, man.
that's
That
why you don't publicize stuff like that, bro. Like y'all don't understand like the type of
this
stuff
is
your kids gonna be traumatized by,
this is crazy.
right? You got one of the biggest ones I already see. Three. I see the situation with Kanye and Kim. Those kids.
Mhm.
I look at those kids alone. There's going to be a big situation. I
Yeah.
look at the situation with Cardi being Offset. That's going to be a bigger situation. You had a kid that was born, and then the kid that was born by another father, and all they know is they fathered the whole time within that whole marriage. So that's going to be another situation. And then, like I said, this is looking like one of them situations as well with Steph Curry and Aisha. I know them kids will later on be like, "Why mom was doing all that?"
So now, okay, now I got a question. At what point do you start to? At what point do you act? act oh, well, I'm gonna just say it. Now I'm starting to question Steph Curry because I'm like, fam, this ain't the first time she just did this.
No, she
This
done it
ain't the
plenty
second time
times.
she done did it.
Plenty. Plenty.
Right. So either you not checking that shit. It ain't even no if. But come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Listen,
Like,
this is where I always say, uh, have stronger men around you and also having
it
feminine
matters.
women around you. You have to have feminine women around you at the same time. Because I would say this, what I'm looking at is she's around a lot of single women, bro.
Mhm.
Hey,
She gives
what
me
we just
vibes. She gives
said.
me vibes of that married woman who hangs around a lot of single women. And that's one of the things I was always taught. Like, listen, if your woman has still yet learned to separate herself when she's in a marriage or a relationship, you shouldn't even continue that. You shouldn't even continue that. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. One thing I will always be proud of my life, man, is having certain men around me, like educated me, and then
Hey,
also
real
having
talk.
some of the most feminine women around me who educated me as well. Like, I
Hey,
remember a woman told me one time her husband was like mad at her one time. And she said, no matter what happened, he was trying to tell me to leave, move, and I don't want you to. I said, I knew he was coming out of a place of hurt. He said the worst thing I could have did was actually leave when he told me to leave. When it was actually a situation I had to understand this was
Right.
really for me to stay present no matter what. Emotions comes and flows. Me being present for my man is everything. I said, God damn. I was like, but nobody understands that. Like, you cannot. That's why I say true femininity. I like true femininity, and I'm not gonna say that energy is powerful. Like, you don't understand. It moves mountains. It creates doors. It creates things that
Man,
it's
it
already a
started
part of who
wars.
you are. So then
It
when
started
yeah,
wars.
yeah,
Women have, I mean, men have started global wars over feminine women.
only feminine women.
I'm
It never the only.
never know. Oh, you better beat that nigga. Never none of that. You never hear none of the queens talking cash money shit about none of the kings that ever existed.
Hmm?
None of the presidents.
Hmm?
You just you just go back. I'm talking about read any memoir, any. They don't have no tell-all books. They don't have,
Hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
That shit don't exist. It's for a
Mm-hmm.
reason, man.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's
It's
right.
for a reason. And this is the killer part. They had everything in the world.
Hmm.
They had the whole fucking world.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
I'll say this. Normally I'm diplomatic, but tonight you'll get
No.
more of the the raw alpha side. Look, when I watch Star Wars, my favorite character is Darth Vader.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes the mind just shifts to what is the darkest thing there? And it makes sense. It's freedom. Freedom is, if we really want to keep it G, freedom is limited to men in the family equation. The man can go outside of the house, not lose his training, his foundation, come back, still protect, still do everything. Women and children weren't designed for that. I just keep it G. I just keep it all the way G.
True.
So as a man, you have to constantly train mentally, physically, spiritually.
Hey. We can't say train the women. You know they gonna get offended.
Fuck it.
You know?
Like I said, I'm not diplomatic tonight. Hate me all you want. I'm the bad guy. But
Nah.
like I said,
Yeah.
I'm a nigga that got Darth Vader tatted on me. I would show the tattoo, but I'm not.
Fuck it.
But like I said, keep it G. Like we just gotta say it for what it is. The man is designed to
Nah,
go out
real
there in
talk.
the ugliest world, but still come back and not destruct the home. That's what
Yeah.
he's built for. Everybody else is not. So the more we put the women and the children out there in that same world and expect them to come back the same way, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. That's why women say femininity is based on spirituality and she's the spiritual protector. That's for a reason. You're home in tune, or you in a closed box in tune with this energy. You're not tapping into all this low vibrational shit. The man go out there, hunt, kill, do what he gotta do, bring it back. When I come back,
Right.
I just need you to
Oh,
sage
yeah.
me,
Yeah. For
pray
real.
through whatever, what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah.
I don't need you to go out there getting the same chaos as me. I don't need my kids going out there into the chaos too.
Right.
And now the chaos is just anything outside the home. It's the internet. It's whatever. You
Your
say, hey,
friend.
I don't want my
That
kids
single
eating
friend.
pork. What
Yeah.
your family do as black people? Man, shit,
It's just a
we
little.
ate.
You
Nigga,
grew up
I
eating
said I didn't want her, him eating this. What are we
it.
doing?
Right.
So the world is designed for us to get our hands dirty, our vision blurred, but still come back in one piece. It's not designed for them to do the same thing. So when you see somebody like Aisha Curry pretty much saying, like, I want to go outside. I want to experience that. I need to. It's a void. That's marketing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at everything. You market
Okay.
everything to the weakest people in the household, and then you can control the household without even fucking with the man.
Ever,
That's just if the man is the
ever.
strongest, because sometimes he could be the weakest. But if you
Right.
just market to the women and the children, you can control the man too. So fuck it.
Yeah.
This is American society moving forward.
Right.
So now you're gonna see this big push on, when Kamala come out and she wanna have a little blame book and say, well, it's the men why I lost. No, you lost
You.
because you thought you can market
You
yourself to
thought
a
you
group of
was
women, but that's
the
not the majority of women no more. Even if they kind of resonate with some of that shit. There's something in them that's like, nah, I don't know about that, sis. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit ain't connecting no more. So I would just say, like, that's my caveat to it. That's somebody that they got to crash and burn. Like I said, they met when they was like in high school, all that shit, whatever. Moving forward, like I say, the best thing you can do as a woman is find your protector and your provider early in life and
Early.
build a foundation. The earlier
Early.
the better.
Early. To any woman out
Early.
there that watch me, want to talk to me about to my little one, look, you do that early in life. You don't wait till later.
Mhm.
It's the see. The also marketing is have fun in your 20s and you can get married by your 30s. These women out in
But
their 30s are fucking miserable. Like,
Mentally, you're not even gonna be
listen,
there.
like, keep it
Yeah.
funky. You're gonna find the ones who are happy, and then they're gonna promote it as all of them being happy.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, I gotta always watch out for the minority versus the majority. The minority
mm-hmm.
things people want to promote as the majority things. It's not. It's not at all. Because it becomes harder to actually build a relationship with somebody who already has a fixed mind and went through damage. I've been through situations where, fellas, you can do this. QP, you can say yes or no. Where I'm literally one man, but I catch myself being the teacher, the daddy,
Oh,
the
yeah,
boyfriend, the husband. I ain't got married yet, but these are different qualities and levels that
yeah.
some men have to actually go through just to be in a relationship with one person.
Yeah,
Well, listen, this is one person, but we're playing many different roles that
everything.
were passed. So that
Daddy.
means I'm damn near seven different people while she's still just one person. Because what wasn't poured into that individual, that man was gonna have to substitute that stuff for. This is why I always be like, hey man, like, listen, X the same way as me. And QP's, I'm gonna say QP the same way. Hey, bro, you not spending time with your kids, you can't be around there, bro.
You can't,
Because
hell no.
the absence of what you do, just how we going through stuff as men, it's
Nah,
because of your absence, bro. Like
yes,
I literally have to tell,
absolutely.
I literally have to tell my ex that to her father, like, hey, fam, you dated women who were disrespectful, this and that, and what were the main
Now,
things? Well, they daddy let them get exactly, nigga.
yeah,
They daddy wasn't there.
now
And
look at your
what
daughter.
about everything else then? Like it's all there. You create the same women
Now
by
look
not
at your
being
daughter.
there, bro. You create the same
For
women
real.
by not being there. So
For real.
that's the cycle we don't want to see. Hey, fam, you spend
I
time with
mean,
your kids. All right, cool. Yeah, you come around there. Yeah, you have a beer. Hey, go ahead. Get them a beer, man. Get them a beer. But like, nah,
I
man, I
mean,
ain't seen in about 8 years. First thing I'm doing, what's the reason why, bro? Go ahead, holler
yeah,
at me.
Mhm.
Go ahead,
yeah.
holler at me, bro. Let's have that talk, man. Cause
Nah, hey,
all
we
that
ain't even got
matters.
nothing to talk about. Hey, cool. I ain't say, I ain't seen my kids in 8 years. Okay, bet. I'm gonna holler at you later. You ain't got no, nigga, I'm the wrong person to be talking to. You ain't, man, come on, Jack. I'm gonna say this, fellas. Say, if she friends on you, dead that shit ASAP.
Hey, ASAP, ASAP.
Dead that shit ASAP. Cause I guarantee you she gonna double back. And if you
Uh-huh.
let her double back, you would whatever come, that's on you. That's
That's in
on
the
you.
book, right? That's in the book, right? You got that in the book? You got that in
It's
the
in
book?
the,
Oh
it's in the
yeah,
Bible, man.
guarantee
It's in the
you,
Bible,
guarantee
the
you,
Bible. Yeah.
guarantee you, guarantee you. That's man. That's come on, man.
Foundation.
Come on.
Listen, the worst
Hey,
thing you can do as a man
yo,
being
if,
a woman's emotional tampon, bro, and think
like
you're gonna move forward in that relationship
nah, man,
when she's
dead
just
that shit
using
ASAP.
that to further herself and getting back into that relationship.
Nah, that's the worst.
That's the
If that's
worst.
how you start, I promise you. And this ain't even my word. I I'm gonna say I'm lying. I promise you. If that's how you start, that's how you go in.
Mhm.
It ain't gonna get no yo. Friend, come on, man. You wasting your time. You wasting her time. I don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm gonna let X have the floor after I make the statement. See, there's two things about men and women that separate us. Men get over stuff by actually having the actions, doing the actions.
Have to do something.
Women
Yeah.
get over stuff by having the conversations. That's two different things. Every time I have ever got over stress and things I was going through, I was
I had
doing
to
the
do something.
actions and I felt
Yeah.
incredible afterwards. So women can talk and they can feel stress relief just by having a conversation. This is
Yeah.
why at times, me personally, it I would time myself on how long I want to be on the phone with a woman. I'd be like, hey, listen, I have point in
Hey,
time, and listen, that was cool.
I
I got
gotta
some
go.
stuff to do. Because I don't want to hit that certain point where
Yeah.
it becomes normal.
Hey.
Like, let's do it in person. Like, in person is way better than me just conversing over the phone with you long periods of time. It's like I said, it's a different energy being drawn out. Just like they said, X brought it up last time. The difference between men nurturing the kids so much they lose the testosterone because they're not out there conquering the world, versus when they
Mm-hmm.
were out there doing what they needed to do and the women weren't holding them back. It's big difference. Big difference. You'll see the
Big
energy
difference.
shift. But go ahead, X.
Big difference.
Damn, man, hey, shit, y'all took it to a big place. I just simply say this: that as a man, no, for a man, I feel like you have to know who you are, know what type of woman you want, what's the design, what's the design of it, not the look of it, but the design of the actions of her and all that good shit, and then know your connection to sex, and that'll kind of bridge in a lot of the gaps, like younger younger in relationships, I'd probably be like, yeah, talk on the phone, do all this other shit. As you get older and you start conquering more of the world, bettering yourself, all that shit, it's like, okay, well, let me put that on the back burner. Talk
Right.
to you in person. It's more impactful.
Right.
But that also leads more to sexual energy because it's
Yeah.
more impactful because it's face to face. Or you could,
Talk to them,
if,
man.
if
Talk
the
to them.
sexual energy is there, you might be like, all right, man, fuck it. What you talking about? Let's talk. Because when I get there, I don't want to talk no more
I
face to
wasn't
face.
talking no
The
more.
energy
Yeah.
is so high, I ain't got time to talk. What
What we
I say?
talking? What
What I
we
say?
doing?
I ain't have time to talk.
I
It
mean,
Yeah.
could it
What
could
we
be hot.
doing?
It could, so you really, that's why I say as men, that's just my caveat. Yeah, you healthy, you rich and whatever, but your thing, you ready for whatever sexually, but when you start to see the energy shift between certain women, that's how you really can know like
That's how
how the
you know.
sexual energy
Yeah.
is with that particular woman,
Right.
because you'll start doing things a little different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not to where you owe her anything, it's strictly
But
based on
you paying
responses.
attention. Yeah.
So I say men lead sexual energy in the beginning of relationships because it's new, but as the relationship progresses, that
Mhm.
kind of shifts towards the woman, and then men respond to her on that level. That's just me. That's my thoughts on that.
the only thought on that comment
More
is,
feminine
woman.
women get more sexual energy. Less feminine you become over time, you get less sexual energy.
Oh, definitely, definitely. You know what I'm saying? I like women that's
Definitely.
soft. Definitely. Like I like a soft woman, man. Like I always say, look,
That's my thing.
femininity to me is just like it's like putting gasoline in the tank, baby. It's just
Oh yeah.
it fuels you a whole differently, bro. That's why
Yeah.
when I talk to
Thanks.
like I told X not too long ago. I said, listen, I remember having a conversation with somebody, and I simply said like, hey, would you mind using less profanity? Do you know like when you ask somebody that could trigger a woman? Just like, hey,
Hey.
listen, I like for you to use less
'Cause
profanity, right?
you asking for something.
You, you asking for something. Hey, listen, you asking for something like, hey, why you? I'm not changing for no nigga. Like, hey, I'm like, bro, like this. See,
Cool.
even when I
Bet.
hear that
Say
line
less.
alone, that's the there you go. I
Hey.
always say you only speak in the comfortability of what you have always been attracted to. If you're still
Say look.
referring to men as niggas, that's all you've been around. There's men I know. If you call them a nigga, what?
Mm-hmm.
Say.
They gone. It's
Check
over.
this out.
It's over. Oh, this is why you can't front with certain people who actually live a certain lifestyle. They know what you had. They know what you're attracted to.
Yeah.
This is why you can't put on a costume to them because all they're gonna do is dump you in an environment and be like, "Whoop, let's have fun. Let's, let's have fun and see what you do."
Mm-hmm.
Because I know in situations where I was being judged. Because some people like to say they don't like being judged. You're always going to be judged.
Mm-hmm.
The world is made. Listen, what's they say? Descriptions, all that, all those are based upon
Those are judgments.
observations.
Just
judgment, and assessments. Those it's there for a reason.
don't judge me, man.
Yeah,
Get your ass out of my face,
yeah,
man.
like listen, I
I'm
welcome
not
to be
trying to hear that
judged.
shit.
I welcome to be judged as a man. Let me know how I can improve.
Right.
I'm gonna hear you out. But
Fuck
if you're judging me based on what you feel is making you uncomfortable, I don't really want to listen to you. This is why X can pull me to the side, be like, Juice, dog, you said you're gonna do this,
Hey,
you're
you
gonna do
got
that,
to,
do that. And I'd be like,
yeah.
it'd be times, listen, I keep it fucking sometimes I'd be like, X bro, I'm not trying to hear none of that. Next day I call him like, hey bro, you're right.
Hey, you right.
Hey bro, hey bro, you're right. You know
Hey,
what I'm saying? Like
you
I said,
right, my bad.
hey bro, you're right. Like,
Yeah,
listen, that's the
you
thing
right.
that
You're right.
sometimes no matter how high you can get, you can still be having an emotional moment yourself. You cut
Yeah,
off
for
what
sure.
people are saying to you.
For
But
sure.
if you really hear your man out, bro, you gonna call him back and be like, hey, bro, you're right.
You right.
Let me get to it. Let me work on some things. Hey, I
Yeah.
apologize, bro. It happens because
Same
there be
thing.
moments where they digging into you out of love. They just holding you accountable. And one thing I
Exactly.
always said, any woman I ever lost in my life, it's only because I kept them accountable. And if they ever tried to dodge it, I knew men said, if a woman dodges accountability, that is not your responsibility. You only want people who's going to be accountable. That's what makes you more responsible. That's
That's how you grow.
that's
How
it.
you grow without accountability. That shit
Foundation.
crazy. Your mama and daddy raised you on accountability. Then you get with somebody and tell them don't hold you accountable. What are we talking about?
What are we
God
talking?
holds you accountable. The
That's
fucking
the man. That's the man. You cannot dodge that man. Hey,
I'm
look.
saying they got laws and statutes that say don't run the red light. I bet your ass stop at a red light. If you don't stop at that red light, what's gonna happen? Somebody gonna hold your ass accountable. And,
Consequences.
like, come on, man.
Yes, sir.
As at some point we got to be men, man. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I agree. We all been young. Did our little young thing. But even then, that's
Even then,
that's that's the learning stage. That's puppy stage. That's where you're supposed to be gauging all this shit. Hey, look, I ain't going for this. I ain't going for that. And once you say that, you got to stand on that. That's
mm.
that's why I say,
Duh,
look,
that's the main thing is standing on it,
you
man.
got to stand on that. Nah, man, ain't all that friendly. Nah, you ain't finna talk to me crazy. You talking back now. Don't even. I ain't even finna argue with you. And this is my thing. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna be done. Man, I used to argue with this chick. The only chick I ever been all out in public arguing with it, and then I had to check myself, like, man, why am I arguing with this girl? This shit is. I look like a damn fool out here going crazy. Man, stop fucking with her, man.
Mm.
Stop, stop, cut that shit out. You ain't finna talk to me crazy. You ain't finna talk back. Certain shit you may not go for what I'm not going for. But whatever your standard is, that's your standard. You gotta stand. That's why it's called the standard. Stand on your standard, man. That's the
Uh-huh.
that's the best thing you could do. That's your foundation. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Heavy. Chapter 1, Foundation. That's his chapter 1.
Foundation.
Run it back to
For
For real.
Genesis
chapter
book.
1 of the book.
For real.
Hey, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I like this, man. For sure, for sure. Similar age groups, uh, same environment.
Yeah.
Houston. Of course, you're gonna see some people in the chat ask some questions. Yeah, we have people that come from the same environments, and
Yeah.
we talk that talk. So I would just say I think we already got our next topic for the panel.
Yeah,
We
pretty
just
much.
gonna have like a real masculine day where we just go all in and
Hey,
just let it
hey,
rip.
look.
There's so many levels and so many things to talk about just on that note,
For sure.
especially when you transition and doing good things. But I think it was a good talk. Sometimes IG be hating and cutting our lives and shit, so we don't want
Yeah.
to lose nothing.
I'm glad they
So
ain't do that.
yeah, this was great. This was great for sure, for sure.
And
I
I
don't even know
appreciate
how much
y'all
time
brothers
we
for
got.
having me. Oh, my
Mhm.
bad. My bad.
No, you good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And I appreciate y'all brothers for having me. It's
Mhm.
always a pleasure to be amongst men. You understand
Mhm.
what I'm saying? I love both of y'all. I love what y'all doing. I appreciate what y'all giving to the youth, especially us as men, as young black men, as older black men. You know what I'm saying? These conversations are definitely needed. You understand? So, man, once again, I say I thank y'all. I tip my hat to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I pray over all y'all, you know, And y'all listen, that's following and tuning in, man. Y'all keep these brothers in y'all prayers. You know what I'm saying? Show them all the support that all these other fugazi ass podcasts get. You know what I mean?
Man,
That
I
part.
appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that, man. Go ahead and start us off next, man.
All right, man. Thank you for tapping in. Make sure you share the content. This will hit YouTube for sure. Make sure you engage into the conversations. Up top, no ordinary brother. I go by the name of King Exodus. Thank you, Goodfella QP, for tapping in. And we out.
See.